what's up? We here. We're already here. We made it. Y'all, we made it through tech difficulties. Wow, I screwed that right up, that song. How are we doing? Yes. The DMCA can't come for song parodies, actually. We're protected. I know, because I haven't been sued yet. What's up? How are we doing? What's new? We're live. We made it. We're here. Listen, y'all, we're starting just a little late, so I'm gonna dive kind of right on into it. But before we dive right on in, let me just remind y'all of some of the incentives that you can get. So here are some of the incentives. You can add a dice. You know how this game works. They roll the amount of dice they have on their stat. If it's a 6, it's a success. If it's anything but a 6, no 6s pop up, it's a fail. If it's a 1, it's a bigger fail. If it's a lot of 1s, it's a giant fail. If it's a lot of 6s, it's a giant success. So here are some of the incentives. You can add a die to any player's roll. Nightbot's helping me out here. You can have them re-roll. You can give them an auto 1, which is really giving me an auto 1 to fuck with everybody. You can add an auto 6, which gives them an automatic success. And then, this is the most random one, you can add a character with an obsession. You saw that last week in the form of Mailer Twist, the greatest NPC ever created. And that's a NPC with a particular obsession that you come up with that enters the game that day when you make it. Unless there's like 40 NPCs, in which case I'll probably do like a Slasher Town parallel dimension Slasher Town thing. But yes, so those are some of the incentives, and now I'm gonna bring on our cast. We've got Shu playing Penny Chu. We've got Yellow Spoon Girl playing Mindy Hernandez. We've got Chelsea Bites playing a brand new character whose name I'm gonna reveal in game. So stay watching. And we've got Trevor playing Wyatt Wilder. So I think we can bring them on now. Yeah. Oh, we can already know the name. Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Hey.
Hello.
We wanted a grand reveal, but here we are.
It's pretty grand.
Yes. Okay, let's just since we're all assembled, I was thinking that I could just launch into a previously on Slasher Town to get us all up to speed. And so
Yeah.
previously on Slasher Town. At the premiere of Scream 6, brand new movie we made up for this RPG that's now happening, and like Neve Campbell's not going to be in it. Sorry, anyway, going on a tangent already. At the premiere of Scream 6, Jenna Martinez, a friend from high school, was brutally murdered, stabbed so many freaking times at the movie theater, causing a lot of mayhem. Sally O'Malley ran out, other people ran out, our group ran out. Out back behind the Taco Bell, where our friends meet for their, secrets and fun times, our friends, once again, Penny, Mindy, Wyatt, and Zeke, were attacked by Ghostface. But they got away, not without some flesh wounds. And not without learning that it's not just one killer, but 2. And those 2 killers are planning a kill at the Diving Bell, the Sylvia Plath-themed bar in town. I also need to make a public apology. Last episode, I did mix up Sylvia Plath and Virginia Woolf in my brain, and I've added a lot of Nicole Kidman paraphernalia into the Diving Bell. And she has little to nothing to do with Sylvia Plath. Anyway, at the bar, in the bathroom, they met Mailer Twist, a Taylor Swift stan created by y'all in chat, who helped them get to the tap room where they found a vat of blood, just like was in the film Scream 6 that we made up for this RPG. And in that vat of blood, they found a picture of Jenna Martinez kissing Trisha Bell, another student at the Slashertown Public School who was there the night that Jenna Martinez was murdered. But just as they were getting answers, they were cornered by two ghost faces. Smoke was filling the room via a contraption the ghost faces presumably made, and they all escaped, and Zeke nearly survived, but unfortunately, just when you thought he was safe, he was killed, stabbed through the neck, splattering our cast with blood, but kind of giving them control of his new pet little baby bunny rabbit, Bun Bun. Zeke's bunny companion, who they now are all with. Did that make sense? Oh, Datoon, hi. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Everybody on the same page? Are we good? Did I miss anything? It's the fastest 5-minute recap I've ever done.
About right.
Sounds about right. What do you think we get into episode 2? Yeah? I'm gonna call some hype from chat just because I like hype.
They're putting F's in the chat for Zeke.
Oh, F's for Zeke. That's good. I was just putting
There.
an emote of my face. Now that I have one, it's the only emote I use. Sorry, everybody. Worst decision our team ever made. That I asked for every day since I started on the channel. So let's start. Let's start episode 2. Yeah. All right. Let me pull up my little entrance note. All right. We start today at a funeral, outdoors, at the Slashertown Cemetery. Look at everyone and how they cry and say nice things for Zeke. Look at everyone and how they admire Bun Bun. Look at how everyone is draped in black, even though it's the edge of summer. Look how everyone is sweating. Look at that little stand with a picture of Zeke over his casket. Look at the wreath of flowers on top, his favorite flowers. And there, in the front row, just a little off to the side, it's our crew. Penny, Mindy, Wyatt, and this new person. Her name is Hazel Morrison. And Chelsea, why don't you tell us, Hazel, what you're looking like?
Hello, everybody. I'm Hazel Morrison, and I am honestly the most responsible and super outstanding student here. And I just can't think of anybody else better than me when it comes to a leadership position. I love reading. I love working in the library. I am very good at understanding, computing, and deducting the best possible plan and situation for any emergency. My mother runs a daycare and she is so awesome. She is my role model, and she always tells me, Hazel, you're going to go places and you're going to lead everyone there. And I have believed that since I was fresh out of the womb. Full of inspiration, dedication, and compassion. I'm Hazel.
Now, if you want a description of Hazel, we're going to go ahead. I'm sure you already are imagining what the heck Hazel looks like just from the voice alone. But square frames, little pig puff tails. I love overalls, and I truly look like I'm just from out of a library, honestly. Imagine the librarian's assistant, just really short. And that's Hazel. Yeah. Save Hazel.
I love that. And for the group, just to add a little more to this, the image of this funeral, what's everyone's crying level at?
I just got here, so I'm kind of in shock. My mother always told me to stay strong for the group.
What are y'all?
I don't think Penny's crying. I think Penny is scheming. Penny's got plans, all right? Penny spent the entire time smoldering, looking around, trying to scope out who here knows what, because Penny Chu did not come to play, and she will avenge her friend.
Yes.
I think
Mindy?
Mindy's just in shock and generally uncomfortable at funerals. So I'm just like, I'm sad, but like I also don't want to be here around all these people, and this is uncomfortable. And how did he just die? This is all very sad. Just holding it in.
Excellent. Well, one of us has to, so yeah, I'll do it. Wyatt has ruined the black jacket he is wearing. It is drenched in snot. There is a pile of tissues next to him where a person would sit, but as it grew, space was made for his big pile, and he's just made of snot and fluids that pour from his face.
And as you're just crying and crying, the funeral director, who's also the event coordinator for Slasher Town, in just like a very tight little black suit, he scurries up to you as some family member is crying at a podium making a speech, and he says to all of you, he says, okay guys, okay, so I just need to let you guys know that I have here on the program, it says speech from a friend. It says speech from a friend. Which one of you is making a speech? We have time for one. We've got time for one speech from a friend. Yeah, he looks miraculously like Tim Gunn. Thank you, Sylviana.
I'll do it. This is highly irregular, you know. If you were following protocol, this would have been decided before the funeral started. This is so irresponsible.
I'm sorry, you're like 16? Are you 16? I'm timeless. I've been doing this job since before you were a thought. Please don't tell me what to do. But it looks like that speech is finishing, so you can just walk yourself on up to that podium and make your speech in Zeke's honor. I hope it's riveting.
Absolutely.
Excuse me,
Absolutely.
sir? Sir?
Yes? Sorry, yes?
I know emotions are running high, but there's no need to be rude.
He's right, you know. This is a funeral.
I'm sorry. And then he starts to get emotional, and he's like, I'm just really stressed out, okay? I am the person holding this town together. You go make your speech. And then he scurries off.
I reach out, offering him a pile of dirty tissues for him to use, but he has since walked away.
You hear him as he darts off, and he says, I would never put those on my face.
That is hilarious. Well, that was so sweet of you. I'll be sure to give Zeke a proper send off. Don't cry too hard. I'm sure Zeke wouldn't want us to be so, put down. Zeke was a good person. Okay, I should hold all of this for my speech. So, I walk up to the podium.
Yeah.
I straighten up my glasses. And I straighten up like my mom taught me. Hello, everyone. We are here to mourn a very good person.
Wyatt. Here, have some more tissues.
As you can tell, Zeke has moved many of us, especially Wyatt. And his time was truly too soon. We'll find who did this. And I don't want to make this into a speech of vengeance, but we will never forget Zeke. Yes, Zeke. The one who walked into the library and I had to tell them 1,000,000 times to put that book back where it came from, or so help me. But still leaves a huge impression upon our student body. Thank you all so much for being here to celebrate Zeke. We will find the person who did this. Please, send your love to the family. And thank you all. Let's have a moment of
Hazel.
silence. Huh? Yes?
Hazel, can you roll?
Yes.
Can you roll a lead check for me?
Oh God.
That's your heart plus lead.
Let's do this. I feel horrible because I poured my heart into that speech and it can just go completely wrong.
This is gonna be great. Okay, we're doing a lead. Would that be 3 die or 4?
That would be your heart plus lead, however many
Heart
that is
plus
for you.
that. Got it. We're rolling 46. Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Thank God.
You want to do a moment of silence, but the people are just so moved from your speech that they are just crying and crying and crying, and the moment of silence can't happen, and you scurry on back to your seat.
I
And
cry a
then
little Sometimes
and then
I move myself.
sometimes I move myself. I want that tattooed on me. And then once you get to your seat, the sheriff is the next person to speak. This is Sheriff Dan. We know him. We hate him. Controversial Sheriff Dan, potentially corrupt. We're not exactly sure, but there's something about him. He's wearing his black 10-gallon hat, and even his badge is black. He has his Sheriff Black funeral attire on. And he gets up and he says, "People of Slasher Town." I changed his voice. "People of Slasher Town, this grave loss." I did. I didn't like his voice last episode. "People of Slasher Town, this grave loss will not be for nothing. It will be for something. It's important that we keep Zeke and his valiant actions standing up to a criminal in our hearts. And I'll keep this short. It's because of the brave actions of Zeke that we can say we have a suspect in custody. He's being kept at the Slasher Town jail as we continue to search through this investigation. I'm not supposed to say his name, but I'll say his name. His name is Dirk Crentwood. Now, all right. Now we still have more things and stuff and things we need help with. Clues to put this together. So my assistant deputy, Brent Farnes, he raises his hand, and Brent Farnes in the back raises his hand. He has like surfer long hair, and he's holding a guitar, and there's a small like funeral band behind him. They'll be at the memorial after party, also called Awake, at the Slasher Town Bar and Grill, where you can sign up to volunteer to help us with the investigation. Zeke has done his part. Now it's our time to do ours. And now, to close out this funeral service, Brent Farnes and the Revivers. What song, chat? I'm going to ask chat, what song do Brent Farnes and the Revivers play as Zeke's casket is lowered into the ground at the end of this service? Sure, you can do whatever you want. You're totally allowed to. Bad blood. Brent strums one song on his guitar as Bad Blood plays out, and Brent goes, he sounds like this. And he's like, "Baby, now you got bad blood. Do what you're from." And I'm going to say, just because Bad Blood is playing, in the background, you hear a voice of a familiar friend all the way back behind you being like, "Oh my God, I love this song." And it's, of course, Mailer Swift, who's up and applauding and clapping and having a wonderful time. And she sees you, Penny, and she's like, "Hi, Penny."
Hi, Mailer. Nice to see you. Let's go to the mall sometime.
"Of course. Isn't this so sad?" She echoes just as Mailer Twift is being lowered. Mailer Twift, as Zeke is being lowered into the ground. And then now, it's hours later. It's at the Slasher Town. We're at the Slasher Town Bar and Grill for the funeral after party / wake. And Mindy, I'm gonna have you. Can you describe where the 4 of y'all are sitting at this bar and grill?
I say that we're at like one of those big corner booths, sort of away from people, and we're next to a bunch of really tacky stock image decor on the wall.
Ooh. Ooh, Wyatt, what's one of the tacky decor images?
It's like people. It's just a picture of like hands held together and like a grass field in the background.
All together, amazing. I love that. So the four of you are you're just blowing off some steam together after the funeral. You see a table. I'll say the only other thing that's there. You see a table in the back of this sort of what via the stock images I'm getting is like a rustic sort of like Americana, but like overly like very laminated tables, right? Very wood floors, very wood barrels for seats in places. There's a table set up with a bunch of stacks of paper. It seems to be pretty crowded. And above it, there's a banner that says volunteer clue hunt. And underneath it, you see Brent Farnes just sort of signing people in. But now let's like zoom in on your conversation. What's going on? We're blowing off steam post-fune.
Aya, do you want more tips?
No, I'm good. I had like 6 Go-Gurts, so I'm pretty set. I feel like I was dehydrated. Like his eyes are really red, there are bags under him, but he's kept it now to like a low whimper and just a every once in a while. No, I think if I just get a little bit more, if I get a couple like solid foods, I'll be okay. But I just keep seeing him.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he did cater the funeral with Taco Bell, so I think you just really see him, feel him.
That was a
smell
nice
him.
touch.
It was a personalized thing. I thought it was great.
It smells like him.
He did smell like a chalupa.
Am I here
Okay,
for
I'll
this
take a tissue.
conversation? I just want to make sure. Do I hear it?
You're all there. You're all at that table.
Oh, perfect. Yes, he did somehow just managed to drag the smell of Taco Bell wherever he went. I smelled it quite often in the library. Ugh. Man, it's too bad.
I missed the. Yeah.
You gonna miss it?
The smell, I mean, Zeke too, and
I mean,
stuff, and he
Taco
was-
Bell is still around. You can still smell
Yeah,
it.
you could probably still
you
go
want.
into the store and smell it, but
Well, whenever I miss him, we'll just walk past a Taco Bell, take a big old whiff, think of Zeke.
that's very endearing, like strangely endearing. Ugh. Man.
And
That was a beautiful
as you're commemorating on your friend, you see Brent Favre in the back. Brent Favre, is that his name? Did I name him that?
Brent Farnes.
Brent Farnes. I just did Brett Favre. Is what happened. Brent Farnes in the back. Brent Farnes in the back goes. He's like, "Hey everybody! Last call for volunteer sign up. If you're gonna do a last call for volunteer sign up, if you're gonna sign up to help perhaps your dead friend, now might be the time to sign up."
Did he say
That
help?
seemed outrageously targeted, but that
was
sort of
very-
advertising does specifically work on me. So,
So
are we doing that? Are you
Are
How
going
are
to
we
sign
gonna
up?
help? He's already dead.
What? You're gonna sign up?
Well, I mean, he said that if I want to help my dead friend, then I got to sign up. So I feel like I've got to sign up.
Do you just sign contracts without reading them either?
Yeah, every time I scroll straight to the bottom of the EULA. Agree.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. I read every line. You never know when they're gonna switch it up.
I already
If you read
signed it,
every
like,
line, how
when
you
we
ever
first got
doing
in.
anything but reading those?
And as that conversation is happening, as y'all are deciding whether or not Brent Farnes, I made an impossible name for an NPC. Brent Farnes comes up to y'all and he's like, "Hey guys, I just wanted to say we have some open slots for you to find your dead friend, and it's a little weird that no one other than Penny took initiative. And Penny just signed up like will volunteer anywhere. But I have some specific places for you. We're looking for a group of 5. Yeah, we need a group of 5 to sign up. For
Okay.
either the Lake Taurus Pier, the mall, or the country club. Are any of those of interest to you to search?
The mall
Can't.
is fun.
We haven't
I
found
I don't think they
Zeke's
let you
body.
skate at a country club.
No, we found a body. Obviously,
Okay,
y'all were around. I mean, what you guys have been through is like absolutely terrible. But what we do need is like 5 of you to go to one of these 3 locations to hunt for clues for us. That would be like the most helpful thing ever.
Yeah, totally.
Ooh.
Because it's on teenagers, a bunch of like teenagers to literally help out the police and find evidence. Sorry, if
Yeah,
you
let's
notice
just
on
do
the
their job
contract,
for them.
exactly. I hope you understood that when I signed the contract, it was Penny, you need to do your job, Chew.
I
I'll
do.
take them all.
I do see that. And
The
Penny,
mall.
since you were the first one to sign up, I like it. Seem all the names seem a little smudged. Which of the 3 locations did you sign up for? The Lake Tourist Pier, the mall, or the country club?
I'm gonna go with mall because I also a little bit of shopping.
Cool. Brent Farnes puts this like truly kind of crumbled now piece of paper in front of all of you, and you all sign your names underneath the Slasher Town local mall sign up sheet. And there's one empty space still left there, and Brent says, okay, so there's one empty space still left for y'all to sign up at. If you want to take a look at like who's around, people that haven't signed up yet, and he gestures over, and there's 4 people that he points out that haven't signed up yet. And y'all can go up to any of these people when you decide. There is Sally Malley. You remember her. She was the first one to see the body. Southern, loud. Wyatt, what's she looking like today? Where is she at this place?
Sally Malley
In this bar and grill.
originally had like big hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like she had the big updo, if I'm remembering correctly. It's bigger. It's bigger and more respectful with the tiniest hat you've ever seen in your whole life. It's got a little veil that makes it nowhere near her face.
Great. And then next, right on the other side of the bar, there's Mailer. And Penny, since this is your friend, can you describe what Mailer's doing?
Mailer is actually she brought a large poster of a mapping of all of folklore and describing why and how it actually means that Taylor is pregnant by looking at the lyrics and specifically looking at when things were released. And if you cross-reference it to very specific timestamps, why that it means that she's already given birth.
Mindy, Tanner Booth is the other person that y'all see. Tanner Booth, Dirk Cruntwood's friend that is new in town. He's looking pretty pissed off, but like, where is he and what does he look like?
And he's in this like bar with us?
Yeah, you're all at the it's the bar and grill, the Slasher Town bar and grill.
Gotcha. I see him like at the actual bar top, just sitting there, probably has a fake ID to have a drink. And I see him as a guy that's wearing, you know, the classic jeans and maybe a t-shirt that's like the Strokes on it. And he has a lip ring, and maybe just like a flat brown comb over haircut. And he just looks, I don't know, upset.
I love that. And then off in the corner in shadow, half covered in shadow, extremely pasty white, still wearing funeral blacks, but with a kind of a spiky collar, you see who I'm going to call Joe. And Joe goes to your high school. And the one thing that you know about Joe is that he was the only person that went to the Morbius screening when it was playing in your town. He absolutely, totally loves, Brandon Winfrey spelled it right. It's J-O, just Joe. He is he's like sort of like a man of mystery in your high school. He absolutely was the only person at every Morbius screening. That's kind of all you know about him. And he's in the corner, and he's just like flicking a lighter. And then Brent turns back to your table and he's like, one of the 4 of you, no, no, this Joe has no relation to Joe, our tech director. This Joe is Joe. He's actually named after Joe from Little Women, but unfortunately, he's obsessed with Morbius. So Brent Barnes Brent Barnes then turns to you, Hazel, and is like, hey, new girl, listen, I haven't really met you before. You're new to this, like, what I can only assume is the closest clique of friends in this town. I don't know. I graduated high school like 8 years ago. I want to know, who of these four do you want to bring with you on it? I'll go talk to them, sign them up, convince them for you.
That's a very, very complicated question. We have to assess all of their attributes, if they're useful to the team. You know, Mailer actually seems quite interesting. The amount of deduction I've been observing from them is quite impeccable. They should be very useful.
All right, so you'll go with Mailer. Mailer just perks up and she sees all of y'all, and she's still holding the map of, what was it? Into the Woods? Wait, not Into the Woods. What's the name of the Taylor Swift album? Wild Folklore. There we go. She's like,
fake fans up in here.
Wild. She's like, Penny, hi! She runs up and she kind of just shoves Brent out of the way, and she signs her name, and she's like, y'all, I'm about to go with you to the mall to search for clues.
Oh my god.
Great.
Are you so excited?
I'm so excited.
How excited are all of you?
On a scale of
it's
1
a
to
pretty
10?
emotionally devastating time. Oh,
yes. Yeah, it is pretty emotional. I think we are just as excited as we can get, which is
They have a
very
Cinnabon,
strange.
so I'm pretty excited.
They do have a Cinnabon. I love Cinnabon. It's Taylor's favorite food. Cinnabon, the store. And then Mailer just she sprints out the door, already ready for clues. And now we're gonna jump on over to it's the next day. Y'all go home. Can Wyatt, since he was so important to you, can I just hear one way that when you're home post funeral and after party, one way that you I'm gonna give you Lil Bun Bun. You're gonna be in charge of Lil Bun Bun. Can you tell me how
I'm wiping the ink off of his paw from trying to sign Bun Bun up as our fifth. But I didn't do it fast enough because I had to source enough pens, break enough pens to make a little well to dip his pad in. So it took too long, and then Mailer signed up, which is great. Don't get me wrong.
Aw.
But
I like
then
that
this bunny
Wyatt
started running around and inking everything.
I love that. I also love that Wyatt's under the belief that Lil Bun Bun can't come because Lil Bun Bun didn't sign up in time.
Yeah, there's no way. Maybe I'll smuggle him in a backpack.
The early bird
that.
gets the Taylor Swift conspiracy theory.
Exactly.
So Lil Bun Bun has made a burrow inside my pile of laundry that never moves. If it was in a cartoon, the pile of laundry would be the same color as the background, not the characters that are animated and move. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But Lil Bun Bun is moving the book that sticks out of the bookshelf, how it's a different shade. That's Bun Bun. Just finding his way through there.
I love that. Okay, so it's next day now. We're at the mall. We're out front at the mall. Or we're right inside the mall. It's a lobby. It's the classic mall floor, tile all the same color, kind of slippery, kind of slick. An escalator that goes to a second floor that has, our Forever 21, our H&M. And on the main floor, we've got our Rainforest Cafe. We've got our Ross Dress for Less. And we've, of course, got our Cinnabon. Thank you, Mindy, for reminding us that there is, in fact, a Cinnabon here. Mailer is there, and she is ready to look for clues. And she looks at y'all, and she's like, Penny, you're our fearless leader, it seems like. You picked them all, so why don't you pick what store should we search for clues in first?
Well, I think that J. Crew might have a lot of clues, and also I kind of need a couple of like pullovers just really quickly, and so I think we should check out the preppiest store we have.
I'll
Thoughts?
interject and say, well, actually, the best, I believe, point of action should be we should check out the cameras. Security would know everything that goes down in this place.
Oh, fine.
Okay, or we could go and look at cameras because little Miss Librarian over here has some thoughts, okay? And that's fine, as former
I mean, the
anime
J Crew is
president.
like right next to the security room, so like,
Yeah,
we could hop in and then.
yeah. It's just real quick. I just need this. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I grew 2 inches over the summer. It's a whole different thing.
No,
I
I
might
totally
just
get
stop
you. I
for
need to get a little
detours.
shoplifting done.
And thank you for pointing out
Mailer
I too have
immediately
thoughts.
grabs Penny's hand, and she's like, how about this? Why don't we split up? Me and Penny are gonna go to J. Crew. We're gonna get sweaters and we're gonna look for clues. Who wants to come to J. Crew and who wants to go straight to the video? And she raises her hand and she's like, I'm J. Crew.
We shouldn't split
I'm J.
up.
Crew.
Oh,
Ugh.
I
Right.
have to. It's a different season,
And
different
before-
style.
Before anybody else can help, Penny, Mindy, and Mailer, y'all run off into the mall, into the J. Crew, and leaving Wyatt and Hazel alone together. And Wyatt and Hazel, we're gonna go to you first. And as they leave in this wind, y'all realize you didn't really take much time to look at anything in this mall before going in. And this mall is absolutely 100% completely and totally closed. In fact, there's a sign right over to the left that says Slashertown Mall closed until murder solved. Handwritten in Sharpie, stuck on the map.
Aw.
This police
This is
department
awkward.
is a joke.
Ha. Well, it seems I've forgotten
Obviously.
how to read. Yes. Are they always
No,
like this?
no, we're walking through a fog, a haze of grief. We're gonna miss things, and that's okay. You need to understand that is gonna be okay, and you need to leave space to forgive yourself. But also, I guess this means no Cinnabon. So
Man.
How are they going to go to J. Crew if this is closed?
I don't think that's gonna be a problem for Mindy.
Oh. Oh, it's that kind of group. Wonderful. I should be saying this to you. Why? Are you okay? Are you still feeling very emotional?
I am not okay, but that is okay. It comes in
Absolutely.
waves. You kind of have to allow yourself to feel when you're feeling those feelings, and
Yes.
when those feelings ebb, you can be more productive, and that's okay that you're not still steeped in that grief. So
I appreciate you speaking your mind. And for that very fact, I brought extra tissues just for you if you ever have the moment where you feel that ebb and flow of emotion. And you've also expanded my ever-flowing emergency guide. And we definitely should not avoid a mental crisis. So I've added some pages in. If you ever feel any sort of anxious or pressing feelings, just breathe and we'll walk through the steps, okay? Just remind me to do it with you.
Hazel, I am all about this. Thank you for making me feel safe and comforted in this time.
Absolutely. All right.
Wyatt,
Let's go.
can you do a charm check? Can you do a charm check for me?
Yeah. There it is. Okay, cool.
I'm sick of you.
It took me a second. Somebody was nice enough to give me an additional D6. I'm gonna knock this shit out of the park.
Yes. a D6.
We got one, baby. Thank you for that bonus die.
I did a charm because I think this conversation was really meaningful for Wyatt. And I would love for you to describe for me the way that this conversation has sort of charmed you. And if any feeling that is maybe perhaps new for Wyatt that you're beginning to feel.
As I adjust my glasses and put all my books back in my bag.
And I see for a brief moment a flash of my own reflection and notice that my mouth is just hanging open as I stare at Hazel and catch myself and kind of like adjust, make sure that I look good. We're not in the funeral clothes anymore. Sleeves no longer ruined by snot. Very aware of that fact and grateful for it. The pocket in the front of the sweatshirt is stuff filled with tissues that at the earliest opportunity I will chuck into the trash so that I can ask her for tissues if I need them. Not worrying about seeming unprepared, but wanting to take her up on her offer because I think even in this group of close friends, this is the first time maybe he's felt like his emotional needs were being like met in a way that he tries to meet others, and is feeling maybe he starts sweating for a little bit, but doesn't understand why. So he doesn't take off his sweatshirt. He just like lifts it up so air gets to the back. He's like, super bummer that this place is closed. Should we maybe look around back? Mall has a back, right? My back is sweaty.
Yes, we should look behind back. We'll pass by the J crew so we can make sure they're okay, I guess.
We'll make sure they're the okay crew.
Or are we heading to the CCTV or to the camera, to the security cameras?
Oh yeah, there's probably still
J
security
crew, the
stuff.
cameras?
There's probably still security stuff. We might be able to still do that.
Yes.
Because that was a really good idea. Like such a good idea. Like I was thinking of going to the Pac Sun because they have hats, but that's not really relevant to what we're doing. But you said the smart thing, so we should follow up on that.
I'm very proud of this. I'm like.
And as this conversation is happening, just from the force of perhaps the awkward teen tension between y'all, actually let me rephrase that. Maybe from the force of the emotionally healthy teen non-tension between you, the paper that was said like mall closed until further notice, it slips off, like revealing the map of the entire mall. And you see actually that y'all aren't too terribly far from the security headquarters, which is strangely marked on this map because all malls have the security headquarters checkpoint.
Yeah, there's you are here, security is here.
yeah, it says it's an arrow that says you are here, and then it says also it's in red. It says, and just so you know, security is also here,
in case you need it,
and
just in case.
Exactly. And as y'all head off toward that, we're gonna check in with Penny, Mindy, and Mailer. We're gonna say that this J crew is deeper it's like a little bit deeper in the mall. It's kind of on the other side of this mall. You're walking toward that J crew, and maybe for the first time you realize the lights aren't really on in this mall. There's like daylight coming in a little bit, but the deeper you get into the mall, the closer to J crew, the darker it gets. Wow, spooky.
Was it always this dark? I feel like it wasn't.
I mean, I know like Abercrombie does that. Like, it's just dark sometimes, and you can't even see the clothes. But
I know. I can't even go in there. It's just like so dark, and I'm just like, what am I wearing? And also, I'm not. Someone come get me, my mom.
My favorite thing about did you say Abercrombie, or did you say Hollister, or did you say Rule? R.I.P. Rule. I loved Rule. But my favorite thing about all of them is that they all smell the same. It's like home.
they really do.
And as you're
locker room,
as you're walking, you get to the J crew, and the door to the J crew. It's not lit up. This mall, we're so suburb that we don't even have like the proper gates that pull down. There's just like, and maybe some of them do, but this one, it's a glass J. Crew door. You can see like silhouetted, but it has like a padlock on it instead. It looks instantly, you don't need to do a check or anything for this. It just looks instantly like not the typical lock that would be on a store door.
So, Mindy, when you said shoplift,
Yeah.
how do you feel about a casual B&E?
I mean, there's like nobody around, right? Like it wouldn't be that big of a deal if we just like broke one of the windows. And I mean, like, honestly, I really need some new clothes. Like my shit is like from 2 seasons ago. So I feel like we could just get around the lock, like as long as you're cool with it. And like if we do go to jail, like I won't even tell. I'll tell your mom that like I convinced you to do it.
Honestly,
Thanks,
like
Mindy.
because
You're
there's
a real
been so
friend.
much like murder recently, I sort of feel like shoplifting like isn't that bad.
It's never been that bad. Like what is a $1 million
Exactly.
company gonna lose if I steal, $100 pair of jeans? Nothing.
Exactly. We're Robin Hood in this scenario.
Mindy, because this is your shoplifting sort of your jurisdiction here, what was the plan for how you're going to get into J. Crew?
So explain the lock a little more. What is this lock like?
Yeah, for sure. Actually, can we do a comprehend check for you? And I'll give you as much
okay.
detail about the lock as we want.
Yes. 5. Wait, that's a D8. Oops.
If you roll an 8, it's like
go.
an impossible critical success. Oh, success. Great. Fun. Y'all, we're rolling
Yay!
good. You get up close to the lock and you see that it's like it's pretty rusty. It's almost like a bike padlock with like an old master lock, like a bike like chain with an old master lock on it that's been there for like a long. It's just rust. It's like rusted and old. It's maybe something that you would find in like a garage at the bottom of a box. I think it becomes clear to you instantly that this isn't the mall's lock. Somebody put this lock on.
Gotcha. So this lock like isn't a regular mall lock, like, and it's so rusted. I feel like if we just find something heavy, we could just like smash it. You know what I'm saying? And that way we don't break the windows, because I feel like breaking the windows, it's like a little more illegal. So like if we get in trouble, it's like a little bit less prison time. You know what I'm saying? Do you have anything heavy in your purse?
I don't know if I have anything heavy, but I do have keychain with one of those Swiss Army knives with every single attachment. There's a couple keys in there, so we could always try it.
We could just like wiggle it around. I've seen people do like bobby pins and shit, and they just like put it in and like they wiggle it and it just like opens. So yeah, we could try that.
Cool. Penny, can you do an add +1 to this? Let's do a tinker check. Is that
Got
like
it.
12?
So I have 5 in
12.
tech. Yeah, I have 5 in tech, 2 in tinker, so that's 7, so that's 8. So I'm rolling 8d6. Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Well, one of them just didn't land. I didn't know that like tech should not land. You see the one like half one. So you got 2. So you put the key in and immediately the lock. Oh, can you describe actually what happens? I'm gonna be a better GM.
Yes. So what Penny does is she takes out her little trinket and like tries to like see which one of these attachments is the right one. Like she tries to use the knife and it's like, okay, well that one's not gonna work. And there's one that looks kind of like it's long and it has like skinny metal prongs, and it theoretically could have been used for a comb, but Penny filed it down one time for an unrelated adventure that did involve some kind of larceny. And she is able to put that into the link, wiggle it around a little bit, and it's like, oh no, it popped out. Oh my gosh, how did that happen? Puts her Swiss Army knife back on her keychain.
I love that. As soon as the lock is off, there's one of those, it's like a phantom gust of wind that you see in these classic horror films. A classic gust of wind comes by, and it just, the doors just swing open into the J. Crew. And you instantly hear, from deep within the store, you hear...
Hello?
Wyatt?
Is someone... Guys, are you guys hearing this?
What?
Hello?
There's like 3
Bitch,
people
speak up.
in our town who pretend to be Southern. It could be any of them.
And then out from the shadows comes Trisha Bell. And she looks at you and she's like, what are you doing here? You got through my lock.
What are you doing here, weirdo?
Yeah.
Well, she looks like instantly, we don't even need to roll for this. Even in the dark light of the J. Crew, she looks panicked and like sort of caught. And she's like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Why are you locked in the J. Crew?
She like comes to, she like grabs a sweater that's absolutely 8 sizes too small for her, and she's like, I'm just shopping.
What?
What?
I'm shopping, so if you don't mind, I'm gonna go. And she tries to skirt past y'all. What do you do?
Whoa. Hold on. You locked yourself into a J. Crew to cry after someone was murdered. Yeah.
And you put the lock on the door, or like what? This is really fucking confusing, Trisha.
Honey, are you okay?
Can y'all roll? Penny, can you roll a? Let's do an empathize check.
Okay, so that's only a 3 for me. So
you have an add a die if you want.
Sick. Oh, didn't I use that for the previous one?
Oh, you did. Sorry. No.
Or do I have a new one?
You for the Tinker. I think you have that one.
Okay. So then I don't need to add a new die.
No.
Or I do.
If you want to, you can.
No, I'm not going to.
Y'all,
God. Oh, yes.
Really good.
Nice.
Wow, we're just moving the story right along. Trisha immediately looks at you, and she's like, she sees in you a sort of like warmth, and you know that any question you ask her in this moment, she will answer honestly. And so, what question do you want to ask her? This is your for rolling a 6. What question do you want to ask Trisha that she will answer honestly?
Were you in a secret relationship with she who died?
As you ask that, one light in J. Crew mysteriously turns on and a spotlight goes on Trisha. And she's like, she's like, honey, yes, I was. And suddenly she's like Blanche Dubois-y almost more. And she's like, we were. And I kept it a secret, not because of queerness, but because I've been in a relationship with the main jock in school forever, and he can't simply find out. And I've just been so hurt. I've been so hurt from her loss that I've been coming here to cry ever since, because J. Crew was our store. I know when you think queer love, the first thing you think is J. Crew, and it's pride. So they really love us some pride. And so I've just been coming here to find the comfort, and I lock myself in because no one can find out. You can't tell anyone. And she grabs your shirt. She's like, you can't tell no one.
First of all, good for you, Trisha. Not everyone has to be monogamous. Like, I'm really good for you for fighting against small town stereotypes. I am so sorry. I didn't realize that you had a relationship and that you felt all of this stuff. And I'm really sorry that you felt like the only place you could really feel that love was in a J. Crew.
Thank you. And then she's like,
yeah, that's really sad.
Oh, no, thank you. Mailer is sobbing. She's sobbing harder here than she was at the thing. She's like, Taylor's all about love. And just, I've had my questions about Taylor too. And Trisha's like, wait, what? And we'll leave you there with that, and we'll swing back to our friends that are at now I'll say Hazel and Wyatt are bright-eyed teens. Y'all are at the security. We'll say, just for the sake of time, that you got into the security. The door was unlocked. It's an auto lock. When the power's off at the place, that lock is gone. And you walked in, and it's pretty dark. It's a security office. Think it's giving light Severance. It's giving glossy white. Severance on Apple TV. Great show. It's a little glossy white. There's a computer monitor at the edge of the hall. It's not very big. It's an office cubicle. It's clear that there's one security guard who probably does everything. This town and security is not good. It's a Dell computer on a desk with filing cabinets underneath, a dimly lit light from the top, wires that go up presumably to what are security cams. The computer is presently off, and there's one swivel office chair. And that's about all that you see in this office.
Ugh, security's really meager here. Ugh.
Totally.
Are you okay?
It was no, it was the thing you said I liked.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay, I think we should start with any paper files, anything that just kind of stands out. I'll try to work the computer, maybe, but I'm sure they'll have a password or something. So I'll turn the computer on if it's obvious, right? Just a button. Is there anything?
Yeah, it's a Dell computer. It's just a button. Right. It's a 2004 Dell desktop.
It's ancient.
It is not. I don't know if you met her, but it's not computers that Chelsea Bites builds on her channel. It's Dell. It's
computer.
Just a Dell button push. You click it. I'll say it turns on. And let's do it pops up and it says enter password, please.
Password.
Little blue light.
Password. I tried 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can you roll? Can you roll a program check?
Yes, I sure can. All right, here we go. This is going to be very interesting because I do not know tech on this. Oh no, I don't. But I kind of do.
Do you have any extra rolls available? Oh, you have a reroll. Oh, no, but you don't need it. Y'all, this program is rigged. Okay. Next week, we're using hard real dice.
Thanks, Joe.
Y'all need to fail.
Thank you both, Joe, to the tech director, and Joe, the guy who's into Morbius.
Yes.
Morbon.
Yes.
It's Morbin time.
Hazel, what happens when you type in 1, 2, 3, 4? It was a success.
I delicately but gingerly, just 1, 2, 3, 4, and it just logs in. Clearly the person did not power the computer off, they just slept it, and there's just so much like personal information, like YouTube videos, like ASMR YouTube videos, and they had like a West Elm like search list. Like it's just a lot that's just so irrelevant to security. It's great. It's
So-
great. It's got Target, all that.
On the tab, currently, immediately what starts playing is that ASMR girl that's like, you know that one that I'm talking about? She's like scary, kind of. I think ASMR is scary. There's that, and then the next tab is a West Elm catalog, and then the next tab after that says CCTV footage, and then there's a it's the date and time that Scream 6 was playing in theaters when Jenna Martinez got murdered. You automatically know that because it's the date that's now embedded in everybody's brain.
Yes. Wyatt, come here. Look. It's literally the same time that Jenna died or had her moment in Scream 6. Look, they have footage from that exact moment.
Wyatt, in the amount of time it took Hazel to open the computer and like get all this information, had still not been able to get the like file cabinet open. So is very grateful at the opportunity to find like be a part of a clue, and just eagerly runs over. Yeah. Oh my, that's great. Well, we got to watch it.
Yeah, let's watch it. Okay.
So I try to play it.
Yeah, you play it. And this is what you see. It's a hallway shot of a hallway right next to the J. Crew. It's a camera that's a hallway. It's like there's a J. Crew, and then next to the J. Crew, there's a side door. And walking into that side door is, and you recognize it immediately, is Dirk Crentwood in a little hoodie with his hood up. But he's not very good at it, so you see it immediately. It's Dirk Crentwood walking into that hallway. And so, Wyatt, because you were there that night, and that was during the movie, something instantly becomes clear to you. Dirk Crentwood left the movie and came here and went into that door for whatever reason.
What's Dirk doing here?
I'm not sure. He was outside the movie. He went in with us. He gave me gummy bears. I ate a lot of them. They were fine. But why would he leave in the middle of the movie unless he was just like super grossed out by how much blood there was, like literal vats of blood, or by all of the like cross promotion, or if he's involved with the murder?
Oh man.
Somehow when you do that, you squeak the chair and the chair goes
That's a really good deduction, Wyatt. We have to save this video somehow.
Is there like a USB or I could send it to myself and then delete it. That's also an option. That's what I would like to do.
You would like to like email it to yourself and then delete it from this computer.
Yes.
Okay. Can you do a program check again? Or actually, yeah, no, let's do a program check.
Does she know how to send an email? Let's find out.
Well, the file might be really big and you might have to use like a service, like upload it to your Dropbox or one of those big file transferring sites.
I'm so glad that you said that because as you fail that roll, instantly when you drag the file over into your email, it says, boop, boop. Service, this file is too damn big. That's what it says because it's a Dell computer from 2004.
That's
and it's the little paperclip guy.
It's the GIF.
It's the little paper. It's the paper. And the little paperclip Microsoft guy that's like, but your file's too damn big. But when that comes up, you notice that there's another tab open on the CCTV screen. It wasn't just a video of one. You could click onto a second video.
Wyatt, there's more. I'll go over and I'll just click it.
you click it, and what it is, it's live footage. It says live on the thing. It's the live camera. And going into that J. Crew, about to take a step into that J. Crew, you see a figure draped completely in black, wearing what you instantly recognize is the Ghostface mask.
What?
When was this?
It's right
It's
now.
live.
It's right now.
I was asking.
Sorry. Yep.
Now?
It's right now. We have to warn them. We
Gotta go.
we have to go.
Can we set off an alarm? Can we pull a fire, like the fire alarm thing and
Yes,
sprinklers?
genius. Genius. I start looking
Well, I
for
don't
an
know about that.
alarm or something to follow
Yeah.
what Wyatt suggested. It should absolutely be in my emergency panel book. Should know how
You
to
turn
set off
around
one.
from the... That's true, we do have that. You turn around from the computer to find the switch, but there, framed in the doorway that you left open as you entered the security system, is another ghost face, draped in black, staring straight at you, mask and all. And now let's hop on over to our other group as you're stuck frozen in that site. And we have Penny, Mindy, Mailer, and Trisha Bell. Trisha Bell, who's wiping her eyes with the sweater that she was holding. And she's like, I just, y'all are so special. Y'all are... And she looks over at you and she's like, you asshole. And y'all turn around and you see, framed in the J. Crew doorway, in the light, Ghostface themselves.
Damn it.
And in his hand, you'll see his, hers, theirs. In their hand, you see the knife that killed Zeke.
Can we run?
Yeah, you can do it. They're blocking the door. You could technically run deeper into the store. You can do whatever you want.
I should have
What do we
broke the
do?
window open. I want to just start throwing
Mindy, why don't
shoes or
you-
purses or stuff at them.
Yeah, Mindy, why don't you go try to break the window? And Penny is gonna go to any of the like the mannequins, and she's gonna try to push as many mannequins like onto the ghost face as possible.
Yes.
Oh god.
Let's I want to do like a chaos check. Let's make this a move check. We'll make this an agility check. And
Okay.
let's have Penny. No, I'm sorry. You were the first one to move, so let's have Mindy roll.
Okay. And rolling for which one again?
Move. Body and move
Okay.
together, I guess.
That is 3. Ooh.
You throw a shoe that you grabbed off a rack. The shoe flies through the air, and Ghostface just diligently picks up his knife and slices the shoe in midair, and then tosses the knife forward. And the knife pierces the mannequin and sticks the mannequin back to the pole, so that as Penny, at the same time that you try to pull the mannequin down, the knife just sticks the mannequin back up. And now he just has a clear path and starts bolting straight toward you. And as that's happening, you hear Taylor say, go, I've got to be brave, just like Taylor. Mailer, I'm sorry, too many names. And I'm gonna do something I didn't necessarily plan on doing tonight, and I'm gonna roll for Mailer.
Get it, Mailer! Fucking get it, Mailer!
Yeah.
And we'll have a roll. We'll do a 4. Oh, I'm sorry. Why did it only? There we go. Excuse me. No. I never have to roll, so I never have to do the system. There we go. Mailer
Nice.
bolts forward and just tackles Ghostface to the ground. Ghostface is clobbering, trying to get up. Do y'all want to do another move? I'll give y'all another move to do. As Ghostface is just on the ground, like rolling with Mailer.
Oh God.
Penny, let's go to you because yours just instantly failed.
Yes. So I think that Penny is going to look around and see if there's anything that she could use as like a kind of like a weapon, because like J. Crew sometimes has like that, you know, that really like kitschy, like there's like an oar and a canoe or something in the back and stuff.
Yes.
So
that's so true.
she's going to use the preppy aesthetic and see if she can weaponize it as a metaphor for America by the power of her Lord Taylor Swift.
I love that. Let's make that a force check for you.
Oh, hell yes. Okay, so 3 body, 3 force, that's 6.
Wow, that's good. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Describe what you do.
So in the back there is this, you know, oar, and it was sitting on a mannequin that had like a teddy bear or like a bulldog on it or whatever. And Penny runs, grabs the oar, and like runs towards her friend Mailer, who bravely put herself between the slash face killer or whatever and her friends, and starts trying to beat the living crap out of this evil person. And Penny is screaming, "This is for Zeke!" as she's trying to beat the shit out of this person.
And while that's happening, Mailer on the ground is like holding up Ghostface, like propping him up so that you can just get a better angle. You're beating the absolute crap out of this Ghostface figure, and
Yeah. Penny's a cheerleader. She's fit.
Yeah.
All right. Cheerleading is a sport, and Penny is getting it.
I love that. Meanwhile, Trisha is just absolutely, she has not moved a single second. She is completely in shock. This day has been a lot for her. She just came out to people she's not super close to. She just got caught in everything. Now she's worried for her life. Mindy, what are you doing during this time?
I feel like I would be trying to actively help Mailer, like maybe grab her arms and like get her out of this position while you know, the oar is being hit on Ghostface and all that. Like I'm gonna try to save Mailer.
I love that. Let's make that a move check for you.
Okay. Okay. Man.
You go to help her, but when you go to help her, you go to reach for her hands to sort of pull her out, but it kind of just makes Ghostface plop even harder on top of her, like just sort of like smushes her more.
Oh God.
And you're kind of just left a little flailing at the body at that site as Ghostface is still like can't quite get up from underneath Penny's silly little paddle. And let's go over to our friends in the security room. So you've just turned around. There's a ghost face there with a knife. You hear the CCTV footage has sound, and you just hear another ghost face behind you just absolutely being like, oh, 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 and a soft sound of a paddle in the background.
What? We
Yeah, Hazel?
have to move. Now.
Is that what the book says?
It's what I'm saying. And I just want to like get a good idea of the room. It's just like a small security room, right?
It's a small security room. Yeah, there's nowhere to particularly hide. It's just a desk at the back, a squiggle chair, a singular door, and Ghostface on the other side of that door, like not in the room yet, but standing in the doorway, in the threshold, staring at y'all. So the only way out is through there.
I'm gonna tell
Yeah, at the
Wyatt-
security desk.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, go ahead, please.
At the security desk, is there like a photo of like a family or a loved one or something, just like a little picture frame that I could grab?
That's fun. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna, like, I've got my skateboard obviously, but I'm gonna grab the picture frame, and if he moves forward, I'm gonna try to skip it like a rock on the lake under his foot so that he slips and give us an opportunity to get past him.
Wow. That is fun. Ghostface looks at y'all framed in the doorway, gives you a little wave, looks at the CCTV footage, reaches into his robe, and pulls out a baseball bat. And then he steps forward, but he's not stepping forward toward y'all. He's not super interested in y'all. What he's interested in, and this becomes immediately clear to you, he trains his eyes on the, like, the desk, not the monitor, but the actual computer part of the Dell desktop that's on the desk.
Of course he does. How heavy does this little computer? It's just a regular like desktop. Ugh, it's gonna be heavy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be heavy. Ugh.
If we scooch like to the side and he's still beelining that way, I'm gonna try to get Hazel to move around.
I'm gonna back up.
Yeah.
He's getting closer to us.
I'll give
Okay.
you, he's
But
aware
I-
that you're
yeah,
there,
I-
but he does not care.
I say, Wyatt, should we get the computer or should we run?
Our lives are more important than data. Let's go.
But we need it.
We gotta go.
So I'm so sad, but if we have an opportunity, I'll run.
You absolutely have this window of opportunity. Wyatt, can
we
you
gotta
roll
run.
Move. Wyatt, can you
Yeah.
roll move? And you have... Oh, no, you have nothing. You have nothing to roll.
I have nothing.
No extras. No extras.
And I'm not gonna use my skateboard because we are running together. So I'm not gonna try to get away by myself. I'm running for the both of us. Here we go.
Oh, no, good.
We get one.
You got one. Wow, your move is so good. Y'all beeline right out.
I was built to run away, baby.
I'll give you, for this success, you can say any sort of intimidating or whatever you want to Ghostface as you run.
That franchise is tired and played out, and you look like a dink. And then I run.
Ghostface
that was so
turns
brave.
around, looks at y'all, and then gives you just a window to get further away if he were to chase you. And I think just in your intimidation and distracting him from his task for a second, you have the full confidence that he's probably not going to follow y'all after. And you see him as he brings his bat down on the CCTV or on the hard drive, effectively destroying what you know is evidence that will exonerate Dirk Crentwood. You sprint out, and back to y'all, almost like as if from a cue back in our J. Crew. I'm Dr. Seuss now. Almost like on cue, Ghostface pushes up in one fell swoop, shoves y'all out of the way, and sprints out the door and in the opposite direction from where you ran from. So clear toward the other end of the mall. And you see him just get away. But he did leave his knife behind.
Oh. Should we use that as evidence?
Is he gone? Is he gone? This is in the J. Crew. I'm sorry if that was not clear.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I got quiet.
I hope so.
Trisha? Are you okay? Mailer?
I'm fine. I'm
Anybody?
fine. I'm totally fine. I'm
Are
digging on
you?
dirty fine.
Maybe
Yeah,
traumatized
I'm a
for
little
life?
shaken. I'm a little shaken.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, what's your plan of action? Mailer's like, what should we do now, guys? What should we do now? I'm totally at a loss. I'm gagged. I'm actually super gagged. I was just holding up like a spooky killer that I think killed Zeke right in front of us. But now we have his knife, so I guess it's not like all bad.
Maybe it was just a
Yeah,
cosplayer.
and you did. Yeah.
Or like a really serious LARPer.
And
Okay. Okay.
did so well. You did so well. Like, if I had to pick someone who I was like, wow, this person would come in between me and a trippy slasher man, it would have been you. Taylor Swift would be really proud. I'm going to write to her about you.
And once again, Mailer's just really, she's just sobbing and sobbing again. She's, the most she's cried is in this moment because she's reminded you of Taylor Swift. It's not, she's reminded herself of Taylor Swift before, but now it's acknowledged in a way that she feels just super spiritually bound. And I'm going to say, Wyatt and Mindy, I think it's safe to assume that y'all probably ran to the J. Crew, or am I making that up? Where do y'all want to run to?
We would run to them.
J-Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. So we'll say, because you guys are so dang fast and you have that skateboard that you're not using, but it does increase your speed. Y'all like sort of like Three Stooges Scooby-Doo level, like clatter into each other right as you're turning into the J. Crew. So now our group is reunited.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah, are you guys okay?
Define okay. We just saw some like slash face man tried to kill us, and Penny describes this whole scene and uses a lot of Taylor Swift descriptions while she's doing it.
Yeah, we
And
saw it
Wyatt
all
tries
on
to
the
stop you
cameras.
several times. Like, we saw it on camera. We were there. We did. We got you.
Okay, and then Mailer did this amazing thing, and it was like 1989. You know the music video, like, you know what I mean? Like, I knew you were trouble. You know, it was like this whole thing. Why are you stop shushing me?
Stop! You're gonna kill me. That man didn't kill me. The power of friendship killed me.
My God.
So let's take stock for a moment. So what we've got Dirk Crentwood's innocence. We've got a potential murder weapon in our hands. We miraculously rolled unscathed out of this ghost-faced fight. What do we want to do? I'm going to turn to Mindy. She seems to be the one that's been the most level-headed through all of this. And Mindy, I believe last episode, Mindy was the one whose idea it was. So she sort of becomes a big idea person as far as like the Taco Bell and getting out. So I think the group turns to look at you. And Mindy, Mailer looks up to you and she's like, you seem so like smart. What should we do with all of this info?
We should probably bring it to the sheriff, don't you think? And maybe don't get your fingerprints on any evidence, or they'll think it's you.
Mailer just looks at her hand holding the knife and she's like, fuck.
That's really smart. Should we tell them, like, would we get to tell them what we saw on, like, the computer?
Yeah, totally. Absolutely.
Ooh.
Wyatt and I, we went to the security room and we saw, like, a lot of footage on the CCTV, and Dirk was here. And I think that was around the time that Zeke got murdered. So they have Dirk in jail, but I don't think he's guilty. But
should we go talk to him?
I don't know if we can. The murder guy, like, ruined the computer. I don't know how we can prove that he's innocent.
He definitely didn't kill Jenna Martinez because he couldn't have. It is
That's
still
true.
theoretically possible he could have killed Zeke, though I guess I'm just disinclined to believe it. But
Yeah, he
yeah.
also could have had a friend who'd done it. There's 2 of these.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's true.
And if these guys are here and Dirk is in holding, then it couldn't have been him, right?
Okay, okay, so here's like just a theory that I have. She's still like, she's picked the knife back up just because Mailer likes having it for, I guess now it's like it's become her
grab a
like toy, I
napkin.
think.
And I try to
safety
gingerly
knife.
take it. From
Yeah, now that I have this knife and I feel like I'm putting something together, but like if there's 2 ghost faces and y'all saw 2 ghost faces and Dirk Crentwood's in jail, doesn't that mean that like he probably isn't either of them?
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Mailer, a lot of people
Yeah.
can bring the noise, but you really know how to bring the funk. Glad you're part of the team.
Thanks. Thank you. And I think Mailer does that is what Hazel. Oh, that's what Hazel just said. Sorry. I'm like, you're new. We went through a whole experience together, and sometimes if people aren't speaking to me in like Taylor Swift quotations, it just sort of sounds like static.
I understand.
And she becomes clear, and it becomes clear that
Communication's
y'all need to bring this information to the sheriff, or not even to the sheriff. Do we want to bring information to the sheriff? I'm asking this to the group now. Do we want to bring information to the sheriff, or do we want to go to the jail to talk to Dirk Crentwood?
I want to go to the jail first. What do you guys think?
I want to go to this.
Agreed.
I
I
want to go
wanna-
to the high school to fingerprint that knife, but going to talk to Dirk makes more sense.
I want to talk to Dirk because I want to let him know that we believe him and we're on his side and we're going to try to get him out. And
Maybe
also,
he'll know
does
some
he have
things.
weird friends?
Yeah, exactly. We should go talk to Dirk.
Great. Let's go over to the jail. Let's go to the jail. Y'all get to the jail. Weirdly like chill about the fact that you just ran into 2 killers. You beat them up pretty good and you ran out. You get to the jail. The jail is like it's on like a suburban street corner that looks like extra idyllic, as in like it's on a corner that has like the perfectly mowed lawn, perfect hedges, steps up. It's almost like a it's giving government, you know, like the building itself is giving sort of like boring suburb government. It's just totally a gas station. It's sorry, I'm trolling Brandon about this background because he talked to me about it before. We love it. We love our art director. It's a glass door that goes in. You all know just from like growing up in this town that there's really only like 2 jail cells here because it's like a holding place more than it is anything. And there's a front desk with a receptionist who y'all walk in. The receptionist looks up at y'all and just says, sorry, what are you here for?
Sorry, aren't you a representative of this facility? And shouldn't you greet people with like a smile and curiosity and not disgust, disdain, and judgment?
Precisely what he said.
Yeah. This receptionist is like wearing a full button up, just so we know, full button up, man bun, one long dangly earring. Seems like actually maybe pretty like too cool to be working here. A little older. Yeah, no, I do work here. This is what I do. I am not the event coordinator, even though sometimes I might start to sound like him. I've gotten that before. What's going on? I'm sorry, what are you looking for? What are you here for?
Better.
That is
What?
better.
We're here to talk to Dirk.
We're here to talk to Dirk because we're here from the newspaper and we would like to run a profile. And we really believe in justice and liberty. And
We think you guys
I
are doing
think it's,
such a great job.
Such a great job. Just such a bang up
you.
job. You guys could never do anything wrong in a small
Penny
town.
will even give you a
So
feature,
that's
for the receptionist. Like you can get a whole page about how great you're doing.
Penny,
and so we just gotta.
Penny, can you roll a charm check?
Oh, good lord. I have one heart. Wait, do I
It's the
still have
only
one
one
other
you
die?
need.
Hi, Elizabeth 83.
I technically still have one die, I think.
You do. You have an added die if you want it.
All right, so I'm gonna R2d6. Pray for me. The prayers have been unanswered.
He looks deep in your eyes, Penny, and then he just, without saying anything, he just points to a sign on the desk that says "Honesty is the best policy." And then he like crosses his arms and he looks at you.
But that's what we're here for, to learn about honesty, because we
don't want to end up here,
integrity
okay?
of you.
We don't want to end up here.
Okay.
Thank you for saving me. Thank you.
So, okay. So, what are you doing here?
Talking to Dirk. We want to talk to Dirk.
You what? Could you? He's like once again, honesty is the best policy. If you were to just be straight with me, I can tell you.
As citizens and students here in Slasher Town, we signed a document to go and help search for our friends' untimely demise and any clues that were necessary to the investigation. I have photocopied a copy of this document if you need proof. Also, we need to cross-examine the clues we found with Dirk's statement. Is this clear? I can show you proper receptionist etiquette in my guidebook for all emergencies. I'm sure you're breaking at least 3 protocol rules right now. Don't make me do it.
Can you roll a lead check? And let's add a +1 because you're using your book.
Yes. I will roll a lead check. Okay, that's 5 die.
I really need to drop this when I'm not her. It's so hard. Wow. I'm going to add one more.
Yeah, add it.
All right. Let's make sure we got the numbers right. Come on. Wow. All right. You know what? Let's just burn that auto 6 because I feel like she has to win this. Burn them both.
Oh,
right
you have
now.
an auto 6. Okay.
Yes.
He. How do you convince him? What does he do? How does he respond to that?
I show the fine print on the signed document because people don't read the TOS. This document allows all participants, signed by the mayor, to use every power and authority available to help in the investigation, and that includes police authority and the police department, including witnesses, suspects, and anything in between. I read the TOS.
Receptionist
I literally read the TOS to them.
The receptionist just immediately is like, straight down that hall. You can talk to him right now. I need this job. Please don't tell anybody I gave you a hard time. I've never read TOS in my life. Oh my god. And then he randomly is like, I stole $500 from my neighbor. And then he's like, wait, sorry. And then he just starts admitting everything he's ever done wrong in his life because he's so intimidated by having not read the terms of service. And y'all go off down to the jail cell. And at the cell, you get to the cell, and there's Dirk Crentwood looking just as frustrated as ever. And he sees you guys as you approach him, and he's like, hey guys, what are you doing here?
Dirk, we have information, okay? We have proof. Well, we don't have proof, but we saw proof that we don't have anymore. That you are not on the hook for one murder. But you're technically on the hook for second one.
Dirk's face completely falls, and he's like, What did you see?
Tell us, Dirk, how often do you frequent J. Crew?
Dirk he goes from white to white, and he's just like completely pale, and he's like, I don't, and then his resolve just breaks, and he's like, I make moonshine underneath the J. Crew. And then he's like, every day, every time I buy a movie ticket, I don't see the movie. Instead, I use that as an alibi so that I can sneak into the J. Crew, next to the J. Crew, to make moonshine for my friends. And I make moonshine for everybody, and that's what I was doing the night of Scream 6. I've never seen a single Scream.
So you make moonshine and gummy bears?
Yeah, we live in a woods. You could do this anywhere. Why under the J. Crew?
The smell of J. Crew masks the moonshine.
The smell of preppiness and plaid and seersucker. You know what? This totally makes sense and totally passes the smell check. And Penny just sits there and goes, God, I totally understand. I, too, have been making secret apple brandy in my backyard.
Really? And you haven't shared?
It's not... You have to cure it, and I'm making it 180,000 proof, so I can also use it to clean and sanitize things.
But here's the deal, guys. I'm worried that if you use the CCTV footage to exonerate me, then I'm just gonna I'm gonna go to jail for moonshine making, and I'll just wind up right back here. I need you guys to get me out.
Well, you're in luck or unluck because they destroyed the footage.
Oh, thank God. But I'm worried that if they search the mall, they're gonna find my moonshine.
Is it worse to go to jail for murder or for alcohol, for breaking the law, for... I can't quite remember the word. Imbibing?
And then he's like, I have a scholarship to Yale.
You also won't get that for murder.
Okay, guys. Okay. I need you to help me just get me out of this jail ASAP so I can cover my tracks, please.
Well, do you know anyone or anything about who would frame you?
Ooh, that was fun. That was a fun one, Hazel. Hazel, can you roll a contact for me?
I'll try. It's gonna be one die.
I don't know who he's... Oh.
Yeah, I just did. Yeah. It's a 2.
You search through your mind to see if you can pull leverage on him for anything to make him say anything to you, and you just can't. And then he looks at you and he's like, I have a key piece of information that can help this investigation, but I won't give it to you unless you help me get out.
Well, this would indeed help you get out if you shared that information with us.
No, because how do I know? How do I know you'll help me out?
How do you know
you
we're going to
just
help
failed
you
that
out
role,
anyways?
so I won't give you this information unless you help me get out.
How does anyone know anything ever? That's a real question.
That is a very real question. Is there anything else? No, you know nothing? Ugh.
I'll tell you this.
Nowhere we can start to look? Okay.
Brent Fard has the key to my cell. He right now is in band practice. If you can get the keys from him and get me out of this jail, I will give you information that will change everything.
You're lying.
Can you
What
do a?
if we just break you?
You can try. You can break me out if you want. If you you can do my plan of getting the key from Brent Farn, or you can try to just get me out. Either one works.
Okay. Because technically Penny just unlocked that random lock at J. Crew, so she could try the same thing again here, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Why not?
If I see
Absolutely
type
don't go down the path I have planned. Go rogue.
if I see you trying to unlock it, I'll take Penny to the side and say, "Are you sure?" What if he's
I'm not sure of
tricking
anything,
us?
honestly, right now.
And then what if we go down for this? What if we become suspects by abetting a suspected murderer? I'm just referring to my handbook protocol. This just doesn't seem to be the logical way to do things.
Fine. We will follow your little dorky protocol and we will do this the correct way because you are right. And technically, I guess we should probably start thinking of college soon.
I'm
And I
just
wouldn't
saying,
want
if
to,
we're
you know.
gonna make a bet, we just need to make sure we have some leverage. I mean, maybe we break them out, but we gotta make them owe us one. We don't want them to bail. He
Fine,
told
but I
us
want you
about
to
the-
know I could have broken him.
No, if you break him out, we'll threaten him. I'm whispering this to Penny. We'll threaten him and tell him we'll know about the moonshine thing. I just want to make sure we have this
Totally.
all straight. Okay.
Absolutely,
okay.
but I just want to let you know, for the record, I could have broken him out if I wanted to, and that's an available option.
Absolutely. No, I believe in.
While
in
that's
you.
going
Yes.
Dirk looks at Wyatt and he's just like, "But the gummy bears were good, right? Like those gummy bears were so good."
I was so full. I couldn't stop eating them. I think it's because on the there's a sweetness on the front end. The bitterness on the back end made me want to eat another one to cover that up. That's addictive, man.
That's munchies. That's actually what that is means that the gummy bears worked. And then he's like, "Don't tell anybody I gave you gummy bears." And then
What do you mean?
He slips you Brent Farn's address from underneath the jail cell. He somehow managed to get a piece of paper. You unscroll it, and it just says 1212 Acorn Lane.
Did you
You
draw this in
12,
turquoise
12.
crayon?
Yes.
Acorn Lane.
How'd you get a crayon in there?
My nose.
You still doing that, huh?
There's 3 things in this world that get you unbelievably messed up: gummy bears, moonshine,
Okay.
crayon.
We're on
do all
You
different
kinds
have
of
so
things.
many things.
Sorry. You grab the paper. You guys scurry out toward the house Casa du Brent Farn. You approach this house. It's a suburban house on 1212 Acorn Lane. Giant hedges, maybe like a slightly nicer house. And as you approach from the sidewalk, immediately you hear the sound of a concert practice. You clearly hear Brent's voice as he sings. They're singing Bad Blood again. He's just practicing. They were so hyped from the funeral. They're singing Bad Blood. And in the background, another chorus person that's singing in the background, Mindy, it's someone that you know. What voice do you recognize also playing in the garage in this band? Singing Bad Blood behind. It can be someone that we've met before in the town, or it can just be someone you make up right now. It does not matter.
That's Goobus Mitchell.
And who is Goobus Mitchell?
He's in charge of the robotics club. And Penny knows him, but she pretends like she doesn't, I'm assuming, because she's cool now.
Amazing. Y'all peer you like classic Scooby-Doo style, like you like peer around the bushes as we love to do. And the garage door is open. Clearly you see a car in the garage, door open, music clearly like backup tracks clearly playing out of it, like maybe a bass line. You see Brent Farn on guitar. You see his two like friends. You see Goobus Mitchell doing backup vocals. And that's what you see instantly. What do we want to do?
A lot of bad blood today, honestly. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys ever been here?
Nope. I don't know anyone here. I've never been here, never known anyone here, and never would. Thank you.
You seem very convicted. Anybody have an idea, a way in?
Yeah, you
Should we
seem you're acting kind of weird, Penny, but like,
That weird. That's
should we go say hi
impossible. I
to
couldn't-
Goobus and the gang or what?
Okay, fine. You lead. I'm gonna hide behind Wyatt.
What was that?
Okay, y'all just full on approach. You approach the car. You approach the garage where they're all practicing. They're all practicing their guitars, the microphone. Up to the garage. It's a cluttered garage, but there's a car in it. Door open, music playing. The four band players. They're singing Bad Blood. Brent sees you. He immediately puts his guitar down and he goes straight up to you and he's like, "Whoa, hey, it's the like detective people from the mall. What's up? You find anything like totally rad?"
Wouldn't you like to know?
Perfect.
Yeah, I would like to know. That's why I asked you, but that's chill. I like the fire. Goobus from the background is like, is that Mindy? I'm sorry for that voice.
Hey,
He's like, is that Mindy?
hey, Gooby, how you been?
I'm pretty good. Just like building my robots and things. Penny,
That's cool.
because
This
you're
might
the
have
only
been Penny.
one. Oh, never mind. Hey, you're Penny. I've heard so much about you. How are you?
Thank you, Goobus. Person I've never met. Thank you. And Penny gives like gigantic, enormous winks. Because I don't know you, and you don't know me, and we don't know each other, and never was there anything between us. And we're here to blackmail someone into giving us keys.
I was very specific. Yeah, very specific.
What? And
Not now, not now, librarian girl.
Goobus leans into you and he goes, "I'll play along, but we'll always have homecoming." And then he and he's like, wait, blackmail? Wyatt, because you seem to be the one that's like the most distance from this truly awkward conversation that's going on, can you roll an investigation check for me?
Heck yes. I was going to ask if I saw like a pile of deputies' clothes. Investigation. Oh, big one. Here we go. I do have a reroll and I feel like using it.
Oh!
Hey now!
Yes!
Who loves Wyatt? I do.
Yes!
And also whoever gave me that reroll. Thank you very much.
That was so good.
It was worth it.
You see in the windshield of the car that's playing the music with the door open, you see in the key, like you can see it through the windshield, you see a ring of keys currently in the car. What, like, in the ignition? What do they look like, the keys?
Oh, it's like a custom key for his truck where the end of it, he got like at Home Depot, and it's a guitar.
Amazing.
And then there are like 6 other keys on there.
Amazing. So that's you, and we'll say you instantly know. You put it together in your brain. Brent Favre's keys, Brent Favre's car, Brent Favre's house. Brent Favre and Brent Favre are the same person. Brent Favre's house, car, keys. They're plugged in. What do you? What's your plan? They're in conversation.
Yeah, it seems like nobody's really paying attention to Wyatt. He's small. I think he's just going to kind of slink over and see if he can pull the keys out of there.
Yeah. I mean, we're just going to have you roll again for sneak.
Yeah. Just, and I think it's something where, like, you see, it's a truck, right? Like a pickup truck?
Oh, for sure. It's whatever car you want it to be.
So like, you see him kind of, like, go over, and then as soon as he hits the back of the truck, you just see his head slowly lower down underneath it to try to not draw attention to himself. And we're going to just try to sneak. Used that reroll already, but wouldn't have been here without it. So here we go. No dice. That car is locked?
Brent Favre. I'll take it from here. Brent Favre is looking, like, talking to. He's like, so did you guys find anything? Like, librarian girl, Penny, Mindy, like, did y'all, like, happen to find anything? And Goobus is like,
not disrespect his name.
Goobus is like, he's like, you guys are so cool. You guys are amazing. And then just the car, from you doing your little sneak under the car, you also are holding on to the car, and it's a pickup truck that's, like, lightly suspended. So from the force of you, like, going down for your little sneak bit, it actually makes the car, like, shake up and down and completely reveals your location. And they turn around and they're like, whoa, what's that? Hello, who's at my car?
I stop. I don't do anything, and then I just slowly pop up. Not all the way, just to my eye line. And this thing's got a heck of a suspension.
Oh yeah, dude. It's a 6.7 suspension axle odium. It actually took me forever to find the right axle odium that would flip up the car. It's great for, like, when you're playing your tunes, and it's bouncing up and down. It's great for playing tunes and bouncing up and down, dude. But, like, why are you behind my truck?
I couldn't see it good from there.
I want to distract them and say, speaking of being in places where, others shouldn't be, I wanted to talk to you about this TOS, and maybe I could clue you in on the things that we, and I want to distract him by just reading off, like, the stuff that we signed, and the danger, and the grievances from the sheriff's place too, as well, the police department. Yeah.
Brent is like, I'm normally, like, this is, like, my least favorite thing about being a deputy in the town is all of this, but company rules, like, if you're going to read the terms of service, I got to listen. You have the right to remain silent unless you're, like, listening to terms of service. And can you just give me 2 terms of service, Hazel, that you read?
First line here, it says that in Slasher Town, our receptionist in our police department should be ready and welcoming at all times. And honesty is key. And did you know that they stole $500 from somebody in town? That's not good. That's some redlining stuff right there. We need to crack down on our department. Yes. And second, right here on this line, really, you need to read these terms of service. They're actually kind of wild. We should have access to key witnesses at all times during an investigation. We were blocked right upon entry. That is not okay. And I'll just
right
launch
as you
into
say,
that.
right as you say key witnesses, at the same time that you say key, it's a beautiful synchronistic moment. Wyatt, you managed to get around the car and pull the keys right out of the ignition. Yes, you've successfully got the keys. You're a little bit behind. Do you want to signal to your friends that you have the keys?
Yeah, it's literally just me skating away.
Amazing. Penny, Mindy, and Hazel, you see a Wyatt skate right by you. What do you do?
But we'll go over this sometime later. What is it? Brands? Thanks so much for your time.
Oh, bye.
I mean,
Thank you so much for hosting this party, Goobus. Goodbye forever. This does not hurt. And Penny just dramatically exits.
weird.
Mindy.
Hello, Goobus. Look,
Hey.
if you had some weird shit going on with Penny, like, do you guys know each other? Because like she's being real weird. Also, you haven't given me back Dark Souls. It's my only copy. You said you'd give it back when you beat it. You still haven't given it back, so I need it back soon.
Still haven't beat it.
Oh, that's okay. Well, keep grinding.
I will. I hope to give it to you soon. And y'all sprint off. You get back to the you get back to the jail, and as you walk in, you see the receptionist holding a cardboard, like one of those white cardboard boxes filled with stuff, and it's like a picture of their family and a plant, and immediately when you walk in, looks straight at Hazel and is like, "Fucking TOS." And he just exits.
He should read the terms of service.
He
Okay,
he
so we have the
completely
key.
exits.
We have the key. We need to tell Dirk that if he tries to screw us, we'll screw him. But by the law. So it's all legal like. And we won't be accessories to a crime. Okay. Let's do
Absolutely.
this.
And Penny puts away her Swiss Army knife the blade was already out. Yep.
Guys, are you here, guys?
Yes, Dirk, we're
Did you
here.
get the keys?
We
Hi.
did.
Yeah.
Wait, show me the keys.
Penny? Oh,
Wyatt?
Wyatt. Oh my gosh, we
I
just left
just
you out in the
I
street.
just no, I just had him. It's okay. I
What?
may have. No. Oh, they're right here. They're right here.
What?
And I pulled them out and
Oh God! Thank
then
God,
like jingled them a little bit.
Oh, that's scary. Oh. Okay, Wyatt
Um,
here could have lost the keys, but we didn't. So you got to give us something before we let you out.
Okay, I'll give you what I know. The other night, I saw all of our parents in town at a PTA meeting at school. I saw them huddled in a corner talking about the pram case. And it sounded really bad. And I went to the library and I tried to look up information on the pram case. And there wasn't anything. But there was a file that said the pram case. And when I opened it up, there were no documents in it. Like it all got deleted.
Oh, that's not good. Did they say anything else?
No, they said one other thing. They said, and then his eyes go wide, and he points, and he's like, never mind, keep me in this jail, keep me in this jail. And the three of you turn around, or the four of you turn around, and if the receptionist hadn't been fired because of violating the terms of service, maybe somebody in the front would have noticed this. But unfortunately, within minutes of Hazel reading the terms of service to Brent Farn, he made the call that effectively got the receptionist fired. And if the receptionist hadn't have been fired, Ghostface wouldn't have been able to slip in undetected. And if Ghostface had managed to get in, had managed to be caught, he wouldn't have had his knife out and been ready when he walked in. And if he hadn't had his knife out and been ready when he walked in, he wouldn't currently immediately be shoving the full blade straight into Mindy Hernandez's forehead.
My forehead.
And so he does. Straight into Mindy, who goes down. But before she does, she's able to say one last sentence as the knife is straight up in her forehead.
Oh, Penny, I know you fucked Goobus. Oh.
How could she know that? How could she know that? It was a private moment.
And as Ghostface pulls the knife blade out and a squirt of blood comes up, and in the little blood droplets, Penny sees memories of all of the Goobus fucking that she's ever done.
Crazy DMT trip as I die.
As all, from the shock and everything.
How many candles and roses?
Ghostface bolts out the door, bolts straight from where you came, all of y'all in a state of shock. And then from the other end, from the other cell, bursting out of the cell, from the second jail cell that was in there, comes, and y'all don't even really, you're such in a state of shock, you don't even believe what you're seeing. And stepping out of that jail cell and looking straight at you is Tom Cruise. But not Tom Cruise like you've ever seen him before. Well, actually, it is Tom Cruise like you've seen him before. Specifically, it's Tom Cruise dressed identically to the character he cameoed as in Scream 6. He's got a motorcycle helmet around one arm, and he looks over at y'all, and he says, "So what'd I miss?" And that's where we're going to end episode 2.
Oh, wow. Mindy!
Mindy,
Wow.
my beloved.
Fun. Next week,
guest
guest
is
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
We'll see. Thanks, y'all. That was a fun
Thanks,
time.
guys.
Sorry to
Thanks
see
for
you go,
GMing.
Mindy. Of course.
Aw.
Before we end our stream, I want to thank our chat. Thank Joe, thank Wes, thank Silviana, thank Brandon, thank our mods, Angel Mitsu and Gaiaka, and all of y'all. And I would just love to go. We can go in order from let's go from Trevor in a little fan, Trevor Chelsea. And we can just say, if everyone can say who you are and how we can find you before we go out.
Great. My name is Trevor Adams.
And
You
Morgan,
can find
of
me on Twitter.
Sorry.
My
pen.
no, it's all
Let's start
good.
again.
Hi, I'm Trevor Adams. You can find me online places that are my name, or you can find me at Plunder Blunders. I did a D&D podcast for 4 years, and if you like this stuff, maybe you'll like that stuff.
Hey.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Bites. I was Hazel. You can find me here on Fear on Mondays for Play Dead if you're into, scary game stuff like Elden Ring, as our late Mindy would say. Aw.
Mindy.
And then I'll throw that to...
She's never getting Dark Souls back.
Oh my...
I'm not.
Should we take that to Dylan?
Oh, shoot.
Or should we...
Oh, me. Well, I'm
wait.
Dylan. I'm the host. You can follow me on all of the platforms. Dylan Guerra. I'm here doing Slasher Town and doing Coloc Rewind.
That's a good segue. Hi, everyone. I've been Shu. You can find me pretty much everywhere on the internet at Hello There Shu. You can find me Mondays here for Coloc, where I play Ro along with the Yellow Spoon Girl. And Wednesdays, I have another show called Stool Pigeons on I Need Diverse Games. So come check us out. I play with an all-Asian crew. We are in the middle of like a heist and because we were playing Blades in the Dark. It's super, super fun. And come join me on wherever. I post a lot of pictures of my dog Coraline because she too wants to be a Twitch streamer, you know? So help me make her dreams come true.
Love you, Coraline.
And last but certainly not least, most dead.
Definitely dead.
Hello. Thank you guys for watching. I had a great time. So thank you, chat, for being so lovely. It was fun seeing all your comments. I'm Yellow Spoon Girl on everything. I like to paint and talk a lot, and I do that on stream. I'm also on Coloc on Mondays, and I will be on the Coloc Rewind this Thursday. And I'm very excited to talk about past episode and everything else with Dylan because he's a fantastic interviewer. So yeah, that's me, and I'm Yellow Spoon Girl on everything.
Yes, thank y'all. Make sure that you check out all of our awesome streams, especially, I'm sorry to break it to you, Yellow Spoon Girl, but I won't be on Thursday.
What the hell?
I know.
Dylan.
I'm sorry. It's Sylviana is filling in for me for the next 2 weeks because
Okay,
I have some personal stuff I gotta handle. But y'all, a blast. Make sure you check out Coloc on Mondays, Slasher Town coming up in 2 weeks on Tuesdays, Fearcast Wednesdays, Thursdays we got Coloc Rewind, and Chelsea, of course, we got to check you out Mondays, pre-Coloc, Playing Dead, Elden Ring. I'm still freaking stuck on the Lakes of Lucerne. Near the sorcerers freaking wiped the floor with me with their stupid little blue spells. Anyway, we'll be back here in 2 weeks doing part 3 of our Slasher Town prologue. Thanks, y'all. Have a good night, everybody.
Hey, you sneezer. Want to play some blackjack?
What?
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
What? Is this a park?
Yeah, it's Mason Park.